Hello and welcome to LANADA Day 1. I'm Hamster Quest, joined by
So,
Celicine.
hello. Yeah,
How you feeling?
it's going great. We're getting into our first match here, and we look here, and it's Bulka Built Diff on Night Market. How do you feel about
Pretty
this
solid
thing?
stuff. I feel in ways about certain players here. Obviously, we got a top seed team of Joker, Fresh Katsuna, which is going to be, a star roster, going to perform very well. We're about to get into the game, and I think the way they play Night Market is going to be absolutely fantastic, especially given the picks that are happening here. I love seeing Fresh, just be a little kitten on that Mako. So I'm hoping to see a very strong Estelle Kazan front line now here as we get into the game. Hopefully I can see, and we can. You have any thoughts about the comps, positions, anything else?
Yeah, so looking on the other side of the field here, you have Indra and goalie, which is not actually her main role, but it is for the LAN, right? And I know her. I team with Indra all the time. She's a very talented brawler. I haven't seen her much in the goal box, but she is a very flexible player and actually a known controller player that's playing on keyboard for this tournament. So first time ever playing keyboard on the off roll, and we'll see how Indra ends up performing on what I'm pretty sure is a Kai goalie.
All right. I'm going to try to get us some game sound. Unfortunately, we might be casting without it, but I've done it before, and I will do it again. All right, off to the face-off. We're seeing the now.
Wait,
Uh,
we're waiting.
isn't real. This
We're
is the
casting the
figment of
voices.
imagination. Spectators, you just made up this match. It's not real. I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I don't know. There's no match right now.
Yeah, we
You made
are.
it up.
We have to test something here, so we're waiting a little bit longer. We can talk about these team comps a little bit more though, as we have.
Yep.
I actually think that this Asher pick is going to be very crucial to how Rice wants to play their game because this is a very shoving comp. Like you have the Now, you have the Kai, just here to support this Asher pick and see how well that they will end up scaling here. Because I do think Jules is going to be the hero for this team here if they're able to make such a crazy upset.
Yeah, Asher's got like a pretty low margin of error on attempts on the goalie. Now against Mako, I would say it's going to be somewhat even, given that the barriers are wide. It's going to be really up to Rice to, after they get that first barrier, to attack on the thin side of the barrier to really min max that Asher utility usage. And I think, honestly, with the back line of Now and Kai, you can get some good coverage, and Jules can really full commit to a lot of the plays. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for, as well as where they exactly are going to position the Kai and the Now, because you can kind of put either of them right behind the Asher to feed them continuously throughout the match, and it'll be interesting to see how this like midfield uh, Estelle and Rasmus will punish it though, because both of them have a lot of knockback. As soon as like there's a ping pong on the wall, I feel like there's going to be a lot of KOs in that situation, and it's going to be up to like the Now, I think more specifically, and Kai, like when they're barraging up the wall, to like really watch the KO, because that could be another way your entire team just falls apart.
Yeah, you're really scared of this Asher just getting perma hit stunned by this comp. Really hard to deal with here. And it's really going to be the key for this upset because obviously Fresh Katsura Joka, one of our favorites to win the entire thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
in this matchup, I feel like if you're Rice, you mainly are just trying to play for tempo. If you can take a couple sets, if you can steal the game, that's crazy. But ideally, you're just playing to kind of get comfortable, especially with Indra being off of controller, off roll. You're
Yeah.
trying to. Something interesting to note is that with Joker and Katsuna being so spread out on this offense, it's you really need Cairo to come pick off this pass because as of right now, this pass is super open. And Katsuna and Joker have just done such a good job of passing around here and found the KO on Cairo, making that passing definitely a lot easier here on this power play. Joker taking the second barrier. Katsuna almost finding conversion. Fresh walking all the way up. A demanding power play here, but not able to find anything as Fresh takes his own barrier.
Yeah. And now the power plays.
Oh. Yeah, and Rice was doing such a good job of holding it down, but the relentless pressure from Joker and Katsuna is just making it so easy to find these barriers. Have so much pressure. Fresh is just sitting at the mid line, just so comfortable, as Jules can't really get any forward pressure, but all the cooldowns are forced on defense, but the flip is forced out of Fresh here. And a break here as Joker, Katsuna pushing towards the top side, unable to find anything quite yet. A good hold by Indra and Kyra here.
I'm totally down for that. I'm a big advocate of using flip for first air. Unfortunately, I think a bit of nerves here is going to burn that flip out. And now the mix-up coverage of the now ult to try to cover a little bit of the bottom of the lane. Princess Indra not quite sure where they need to be, but all good. I mean, hey, we have players on controllers playing the first time on keyboards. They want to like make this match take as long as possible to get as much warm-up as possible, and so I'd be down to see them like slow the play. Really hold your cooldowns until like you have a good opportunity, and like let your position like cover the rest. So that some positioning adjustments I think is when I want to see a lot of adjustments coming out here. Now this draft I think actually is pretty chill for both sides.
I think the side of Rice now having so much haste buffs for this Asher, maybe allowing Jules to come back a bit, get a bit more, and then using the now secondary to push forward, and you have so much speed. It kind of enables a lot more flexibility from this comp from the side of Rice, as they are able to push a lot forward faster, but Katsuna just so much pressure, and Joker finding the goal in the top side, and what an excellent point here.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, the crux of this matchup is Princess Indra has only but one barrage to give to the defense, and I think Rasmus just can like answer that very easily. Rasmus has obviously 3 cooldowns that actually affect the core, whereas Kai really only has 2, so how much like help can it now give on the defense? And again, another situation that I've warned that could be a big game decider here is the KOs. Now, hey, we're getting a KO for ourselves, for the right team. Wait, which one's
for
Rice? Guys, Rice. I'm so sorry. I just woke up.
Yeah, and Rice with a good relenting offense. Maybe the KOs is what they need to search for here, as you do actually have a decent KO comp with this Asher. Obviously, you don't have a ton of damage, but you can find these knockback KOs on Joker, who is playing pretty risky on this edge here, kind of getting away with it for now, but if you can start punishing it, especially if Jules can get a bit more power, then you could maybe find these power plays that give you a line into winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's not entirely out of the question, and right now Katsuna getting low. I think damage is something that Rice could be considering a lot more, especially as some kind of like unintentional damage builds up on the character, especially with Flip, kind of like keep them from their stagger regenning. But I mean, they have like so many things to like worry about, especially against like the tempo of an Estelle Rasmus, constantly keeping this pressure up, not to mention a Mako on the back line. But there it is, the KOs. That's going to give you a lot of room to breathe. This could be a first goal attempt, unfortunately. for them. The Mako ult is going to make him lose possession. Jewel is going to get another opportunity here, but Fresh has basically enough kit to hold just fine, and the flip on top of that. Kill not going to happen on the top side. Asher down, cooldowns, and a big shot on the bottom. Going to put up Joker. Another goal for him, 2-0 so far in this round.
Yeah, that was overall a decently commanding point from Rice. Kind of like their best looking point. They were able to find a KO and almost get like all this pressure off, but it just feels like Fresh has too many resources, especially if this flip's still up. It feels so hard to convert. But another KO found. Surely they can try to find something off of this, but the slow dribblings from Fresh and Kasuna just holding it down. Joker's almost back. Jules has taken so much damage, gets flipped for damage. Thankfully, Cairo able to heal him for now. But now Joker and Katsuna, the double primary, just nothing you can do. Indra does not have evade, and the second set is taken.
Yep, I mean, this is kind of the match we were expecting to go this way. It's 6-0 on the goals right now. Despite, in my opinion, the draft kind of going all right for Rice there, picking up a lot of speed. It's, I mean, kind of like a compositional nightmare, in my opinion, to always have to run into a Stel Rasmus. I was talking about low margins of error for a Stel, or for a Asher, but I mean, to get in that situation, I feel like they've had maybe one attempt on the second barrier in the kind of positioning that I wanted to see for them to do really well. But honestly, the Awakes don't say that Rice is out of the game yet. We're seeing 2 sparks on Jules. If this goes to another round, this actually is going to be a lot of power for the Asher, especially if she's the first pick in that draft naturally. Now, there's still a lot to get done in order to make that happen.
Yeah, interesting enough, Katsuna denied Might from Jewel instead of second Spark, which I think is a really interesting take. It's very confident take, because if you lose a set and this Asher gets power, you are just in such a more dangerous situation, but this team is just so confident that they can just win now, and they are proving why, and what a conversion by Joker to take this first point.
Yeah, you see this a lot in a lot of matches in, like, I mean, tournaments like this. You'll see it in a Night Market Knockout where, you know, a high seed against a low seed, or it's the situation where you're on the back foot on defense, and as soon as you see like those dribbles Katsuna was going for and Joker holding kit, it's like you have to like not get nervous in that situation. You'll actually be kind of surprised how like not terrible it is to hold. So like you see like H hold your cooldowns here, they're able to clear it out, so they don't have to worry. Jules all done hopping in there, but it's gonna be the hit stun. I feel that for Princess Indra, you know, it's so hard to just be like, I have to evade every time Rasmus puts the core anywhere on net. It's a tall order, and being so close to like flip too as well.
Yeah, especially on this double sides, Rasmus. Joker just covers so much area. The flip is used, forces out the flip on Indra, thankfully able to clear it, but that is a flip down and a barrier down as Katsuna pushing with this flip takes the point and wins the game. An incredibly dominant game here for them, as kind of the expected result, and it just proved why there's one of the top seeds in the tournament.
Yeah, this is the Wii squad. What's their full team name? Like, Ulala. Okay. We? Okay. Well, I mean, absolutely well played from them. It's good to see. I mean, you know, if you're coming in a top seed and, you know, if you were struggling against like your first match of the day, like that would have been some signs of concern, but you know, they came out ready to rock and roll. You see any land nerves, I think, from Ulala at all there. Joker ready to put on the performance of I think, a great LAN tournament. So definitely going to be a team to watch, grand final contender. But this is Swiss now, so it's not over for Rice. Top 4 teams of the group will get out. So still more in store for them and more in store for you as we eventually will enter our next match. Plenty of Omega Strikers to come. We'll be there.